Alrighty, we'll go ahead and get started. Hi, everybody. This is Sarah Rivers here at IGA. I'm the Senior Director of Connected Commerce, and today we have our Red Oval partner, AppCard, and Iran from AppCard is here. He's the Senior Vice President of Corporate Development, and he will be going over how independent grocers are finding gold in their data. So, Iran, I will turn it over to you. Thanks for joining us today.
Of course. Thank you. It's always a pleasure being part of the IGA initiatives, and even greater honor to be as part of the Red Oval partnership. So thank you for having me.
Of course.
So with that being said, thank you everybody for taking of your precious time. The intention for today is really to walk you through how independent grocers are finding gold in the data, and in particularly making that data actionable in order to drive repeat purchase. And as we look at the data and we are trying to figure out what we want to do with it, we will go through some of the elements of who we are as AppCard, why are we even having a seat at the table when and where data is concerned in today's conversation. And of course, look into what is it that we are doing with the data, whether it is with Ask Pinky, whether it is for the sake of creating promotions and campaigns, whether it is for the sake of retail media and anything in between. But with that being said, just a little bit of context, even though some of you may know AppCard as a loyalty provider, we actually do not believe in loyalty per se. And the reason for which I'm saying that is that shoppers that are engaged and enrolled in the program are not necessarily a loyal customer. Speaking of making data actionable and making the right use of the data, is that only if we are able to build a relationship that entices behavior and results with the shopper's increase of one's recency, frequency, and monetary spend, and doing it based on not only my preferred touch point, but also my past purchase, then and only then I'll be able to earn the customer loyalty. And as we do that, we focus primarily on personalized marketing, shopper analytics, and digital coupon. Today, AppCard is proud to be the second largest, if you will, network out there from a grocery standpoint. And when we take of those 3,400 stores that AppCard has, we are extremely proud and humbled to say that more than 500 of those are IGA members. And this continues to grow year over year, and having a significant presence within the IGA network and helping drive that mission of IGA to the next level. 40 million households throughout the country, so really dealing with a lot of data, but then again, making sure that it is tailored on a grocer by grocer as we focus solely on the independent grocers. And when we look at that network and this offering, it really is entrusted by the leading wholesalers in the industry. We are fully integrated with all of the leading point of sales and third-party e-commerce, whether it is e-grocery, whether it is Instacart, whether it is other such as Ideal and others that are all part of the IGA Red Oval that we find to be so important. And when we look into digital coupons, and when we're looking into the touch point, when we're looking into ESL or looking into shelf talkers, making sure that we really have built the ecosystem that allows us to collaborate and enjoy servicing the independent grocers whenever they go and whomever they are choosing to have as their provider of choice. And in order to make data actionable, the idea is really to have it in the center and allow that brain, allow that ability to utilize the data, whether it is for loyalty and promotion. And with that being said, those would be our points and our rewards catalog and our punch cards and our continuity and weighted random weight offers and sweepstake and any type of reward and loyalty promotion. The second element is digital coupons, and those are becoming ever more important when independent grocers are concerned, because they are the one that level set the what's supposed to be the difference of the national ones, national grocers, with that of the independent. And here we are very, very proud to say that we today have the richest inventory available, whether it is based on the national content that we aggregate across the board, or whether it is with the Ibotta coupons that we are proud to be taking those and making them available as digital coupons for the stores, but also, of course, all of the national digital ad by IGA and other IGA initiatives, as well as AppCard's very own CPG team that is sourcing additional coupons on a day-to-day basis. And today we have on average anywhere between 150 to 200 coupons that are unique and exclusive on the AppCard platform for our stores. And that is, of course, in addition to the national. The third is making sure that we are able to take that data and provide more than 100 different reports, as we've been doing for years, all in real time, not just for the rewards and loyalty, but for 100% of the data. And where and when this is important, it's important because we want to help make those decisions, whether it is based on the transactions or the return or the discounts on the items sold together, hence the product mix and basket analysis, whether it is by providing cashier ranking and customer ranking and trends. And of course, when you have 100% of the data in real time, so it's not a data dump at the end of the day, but having that all in real time, the ability to provide alerts, whether it is for possible revenue leakage, abnormal return of an item, possible cashier fraud, and doing that in a way that is intuitive and does not obviously slow the line. When CRM is concerned, and for those that may not know, CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management, and that tool allows us to offer an exceptional customer experience as they come to the store. And let's assume, Sarah, that I had a detergent that I wanted to return. I don't have the paper receipt, I don't have the digital receipt that AppCard provide, and I wanted to return it. Then the customer guest services at the store will be able to go to the CRM, will be able to pull all of my receipts on a receipt by receipt basis and see that I bought it yesterday and offer me a great customer experience. Communication with the shopper needs and has to be at the shopper's preferred touch point. And in order to do that, having that integral email, text, push that will be provided to the shopper and provided to you as a grocer in order to communicate with your shoppers at their preferred touch point. Third parties, as we've seen earlier, whether those are e-commerce, whether those are digital circular, whether those are fuel, whether it is Flip, for example, or any of those, having those integration. And again, as part of the Red Oval partnership, we've made sure that we have been working with many, if not all of them, as one. We have recently, earlier this year, have acquired yet another Red Oval partner of many years, ShopToCook, and as a result of that, making sure that we are providing additional elements and additional platforms and touch points with our grocers and for their stores, whether it is creating the website or whether it is offering a kiosk and whether it is offering recipes and others, all through the in-store kiosk that have become ever more important with a growing regulation such as the one proposed in Illinois, and we've seen it before in California, and particularly in San Diego, where we have the requirements and and mandatory for us to make digital coupons available and accessible for all shoppers in the store, and the kiosk even takes it yet another step closer to the required compliance by allowing the shoppers to print those coupons right from the kiosk right there and then. And last but not least, which I will speak to in great detail today as well, is Ask Pinky. And this is our chatbot. This is Everybody Talks AI, and how can AI make its way into the grocery industry, and Ask Pinky is it. As we all know, AppCard has been and is a data company for years, but now we make this data even more accessible and easy to understand at your native language, a natural language, by asking Pinky for any data whatsoever and allowing you to engage with it. Happy to say that the next iteration of Pinky will not only be generating the reports and providing the data or setting recommendations in terms of coming Easter, what should I have on sale, but rather allowing Pinky to really ask it to create the segment for promotion and create a promotion itself, and Pinky will do it for you. So let's just jump right into it as we move forward. And if it wasn't clear until now, we are focused on the independent grocers, and we are here to bring enterprise-like capabilities, but this time to the independent grocers in order to help the independent compete. And that is true for independents of all sizes. And when we talk about making and allowing it to compete, the most important thing is to, again, make it easy, simple, and fun. And the first thing is to really know and understand and identify our shoppers and build that relationship, because when we have the shopper identity and we are able to make data actionable, then we are able to regain control over our conversation and help reduce some of our advertisement costs and increase conversion. And I'll give just a few examples. I hate chocolate. I don't like chocolate. I've never eaten chocolate, and as a result of that, never bought one. And if I were to get a promotion or a campaign on chocolate, that's probably showing me that the grocer, my favorite grocer, does not necessarily know enough of me or making that use. So making sure that we really send the right offer to the right shopper at their preferred touch point. The second element, which is easy and simple, is simply key in and capture the zip code on the AppCard NTR. And by doing that, we were able to get a grocer 30 locations in the Houston market, and they wanted to, and their goal was to reduce their print and move it into digital, and we were able to cut almost 75% of their print, which was about $750,000 a year, just by capturing the zip code, knowing where your shoppers are coming from and where you're saturated, and making that deduction or reduction in print the right way without impacting the business whatsoever, and gaining those savings. So knowing our shoppers, being able to control that conversation, reduce advertisement costs, and then of course engage our shoppers with those right offers, but doing it in a way that it really helps us touch them at their preferred touch point with the right offer, and taking those top shoppers and take it to the next level. So AppCard have been extremely busy the past couple of years, making sure that not only we set our stores for success, but we are listening to our grocers in terms of the needs and things that they want us to put emphasis for. And this is just an example of some of the innovation that we have put and set through in 2025, and we are just closing Q1 of 2026, and there's an ample amount of innovation that I'll share with you, whether it is the Ask Pinky, and whether it is our retail media, and whether it is the acquisition of ShopToCook, and hence now offering a kiosk and a website and more. But looking into 2025 at the snapshot, whether it was with the Caper Cart integration and rolling out our branded app and enhancing our different point of sales and providing new interface to all point of sales that have slowly but surely have all updated their interface. And here it is important to mention that the point of sales have integrated into AppCard for the lion share of them, which means that it's the same way of capturing the data and normalizing it, which helps with ensuring that we are really capturing the data correctly. introducing a branded NTR, and one of the key members of IGA, KJs, have rolled it out extremely successful, whether it is ESL, and we've all seen Fusion coming to life, we've all seen Pricer and other entities and the importance of ESL. So we have gone through the effort in integrating and providing them with the data feed. So the right discount will be presented on those tags. But at the same time, we know and we understand that not all of the stores would be rolling ESL for various reasons, and as such have provided the same, whether it is with Bartender, whether it is RTS, RTI, Vescom, and others. We've rolled out our coupon tool, which we are extremely excited about, and see the growth in coupons as our grocers continue to enhance it. But we've also listened to the market, and we've seen in the data the importance of catering to our shoppers that prefer Spanish as their first language. And interestingly enough, since we've rolled it out, many of the grocers that have rolled it have seen a significant increase as shoppers were appreciated to be contacted in their preferred language. And once the shopper have associated their phone number with Spanish, for example, the next time they key in the phone number, everything will automatically be presented as such. We've rolled out our Pinky, which looked in the past, we've looked into your past purchase behavior. Then with Pinky 2.0, we went and we've done not only the past purchase, but lookalike household, so recommending of additional things. And now with Ask Pinky, the sky is the limit for there. So rolling out AMS was something that we were extremely proud of. This is our new merchant suite that if some of you have not seen it today, you will be able to see it, which offers a great deal of complex promotions and others that are made easy and simple. And the one thing that really have made a huge difference in the market was the beer, wine, and spirit coupons. And presenting those as coupons for the 13 states where coupons are allowed from beer, wine, and spirit. But for those that do not, worry not, we have an upcoming solution of AppCard Perks that will be supporting those as a cashback solution as well. So as we go through into 2026, as mentioned, excited to share of the ShopToCook acquisition, which really have put the emphasis of what we have always seen important, which is helping our grocers touch their shoppers across any and every touch point, and making sure that we do it in a way that allows our grocers to communicate with 100% of our shoppers, whether it is through a mobile app. That's great. We have a branded app and we have the AppCard app, however a grocer want to go. But we also know that many shoppers will not download an app. And as a result of that, meeting them at the lane with the in-lane terminal, meeting them on the website, meeting them at the shelf tags, meeting them through the kiosks are all ways that are there in order to ensure that we interact with 100% of the shoppers. But is there a benefit, right? We all here to make money, and we are here to make money for our stores. And for us, three things are the most important for independent grocers: increase sales, lower cost, and save time. The three most important assets whatsoever for an independent grocer. And as such, we've evaluated in that process and looked into what is the actual contribution of sales of having both the in-lane terminal and AppCard at the store, as well as the ShopToCook. And we've seen that across 469 stores that we had mutual prior to the acquisition of ShopToCook, and very, very excited to say that in Q4 alone of last year, we've seen over $1,800 in incremental profit coming from per location, coming from that combination of both. And as such, we've seen an increase in adoption and continue to drive that mutual offering for our stores. But we've said that in order to, the one thing that we need to do in order to get that data, that gold of the data outright and actionable, we need to be able to identify the shoppers. And with that being said, having seen an increase in participation across the board, it's only doable if we are able to simply and easily enroll shoppers, and the NTR does that in a way that is simple, it's easy, it's fun, and all that the shopper needs to do is key in one's phone number. We can capture their email, we can capture the name, we can capture the zip code. Our preference is phone number and zip code, and then we will also ask the shopper whether he or she would like to get a digital receipt, which the vast majority indeed do, and that's where we will ask for the additional information. And when we look into that NTR, that's where the magic happens. We are able to communicate with that shopper, and you see here the example on the Spanish side. By the way, 23 of our grocers have already turned the NTR to be Spanish first, which is possible and available, and engages our shoppers accordingly. And as we engage with the NTR, we will also be able to prompt the shopper of available coupon, missed coupon, clip those coupon right there and then in the lane, either for the current transaction or for the next, depending on the engagement. Having the shelf tags made it important, and we've conducted a few case studies and analyzed the data, and we've seen that having those shelf tags with the discount have increased item movement by approximately 15%. So not only putting it, but also evaluating and measuring and seeing the results. So increase of about 15% in the item movement when and where shelf tags are concerned. Interestingly enough, even though shoppers are able to scan that QR code and automatically clip it right there and then when scanning it, only third of the items that were increased in sales were scanned in the aisle, and the rest of them were clipped in the NTR, as the shopper knew that would be available for them. So I've talked about the beer, wine, and spirit earlier, and have shared that capability, which we are super excited about, and have seen and continuously increasing offering, one of which in terms of source of such coupons is, of course, the importance efforts of IGA themselves. So looking into some of those brands and some of those banners that AppCard sources coupons from directly, it is truly not only niche CPGs, but across the board, and very, very excited to share that as we do so, the results speaks for themselves. And this is an example of an independent grocery group out of Wisconsin that have rolled AppCard after they thought that they had a mature program prior. And what they've seen is a significant increase in both unique available coupons, in terms of clip, in terms of redemption, and that numbers continue and increase. Not only that, with the NTR, they have migrated about 800,000 shoppers. They are shy of 100 stores, migrated about 800,000 shoppers on October 8th, as they have rolled their program of last year. And now, as we are just about to enter into April, they have crossed the 1.3 million shoppers. So they've added 500,000 shoppers in just about 5 months span. Looking into the branded app, again, making use of that data. So Sarah is Sarah, regardless how she touches the business. And here, what we've done is that through our integration with third parties, made sure that the branded app is the hub for the shopper to engage with your store outside of the store. but we know that we can't do everything, and we don't have an intention of doing everything. This is why there's great partners at the Red Oval Partners set by the IGA team, and as a result of that, the branded app is a hub that can bring in any and every third party. They've all integrated into the AppCard OIDC or single sign-on. So whether it is with eGrocery or whether it is with Flip or Design House or whether it is whomever it is, they are all part of that app. They are all part of that experience as alongside any other that we wanted to highlight in the conversation. Another thing that we've done by listening to our grocers is making sure that we are enabling and allowing the meal deals to be executed and engaged to shoppers in order to increase that basket that we've mentioned, right? We wanted to do the increase sales, lower cost, and save time. So as of January, and this slide is slightly dated, in December of last year, we've tested 4 items. In January, we've tested 5 and 6 items, and we now have a full meal deal bundle capability to allow our stores to really put that together for the sake of growing basket. In addition to that, one of the things that we wanted to ensure is that we are able to send a reward reminder to our shoppers. There's nothing more important than notifying Ron here or notifying Alexis that they have 625 points due to expire in a week or in 2 weeks, and drive them back to the store. And interestingly enough, again, create, measure, and improve is that we've seen that by sending that reward reminder, shoppers have come to the store yet again for an potentially unplanned visit to the store in order to ensure that they won't lose. And interestingly enough, on average, when shoppers are redeeming their points, they spend anywhere between 25 to 50% more per basket, and hence increase sales as well. So with that being said, when coupons are concerned, aside from allowing our grocers to target their shoppers and engage their shoppers online through CPG manufacturer funded coupons, we also allow them to see all of it in real time, as well as creating their own coupons. So being able to create all of those coupons, and here we've done a few things that are very, very exciting. The first one is allowing to do random weight discounts, or coupons. So allowing random weight coupons, something that is unique. So if you wanted to go and do it for your produce or your meat department, you're good to go on the AppCard side. Another thing that we've done is that we've separated them based on spend-based as well as based on spend or based on buy. So what is the criteria? Do we want them to spend $50 and get the $5 off, for example, or we want them to buy certain items? So really simplifying that. In addition to the ability to tag those coupons. So you can tag your coupons, again, sorting the data to make it actionable for your next. So you can sort all of your coupons, whether it is for Easter or whether it is for Valentine's Day or whether it is for back to school or however you want it, or mac and cheese, right? So we can go and tag those, and then later on, if I wanted to go back and say, what were the coupons that worked so well for national holidays of last year or for March Madness, as I've done a special for that, then I can go back and I can see the reports and I can see that behavior accordingly. So with Ask Pinky, there's no better way to present it than just show it. So with that being said, let me just show my screen here, and welcome to AMS. This is our new suite, and as this is of course a demo environment, but I can go in and I can see all of my transaction, and I can see the total number of transaction, and I can see the item and the cashier performance and anything like that. And as I can go in, I can go and I can find Pinky as part of my dashboard. I will ask Pinky, and interestingly enough, you can see a few things. You can see that I have preset prompts that allows me to kickstart my query of the data and looking into what is it that I want to do. So whether it is asking Pinky about how are my sales this month, or which coupons are the most redeemed by category, or however I want it. So I can go in, and this is a demo account, so of course the data would look a little different, but the important thing about Pinky is that as it analyzes the sales and it looks into it, it tells me exactly what and why I want to, or the information itself, and then it will prompt me with additional questions that will allow me, with a certain logic, to further dive into the data. In addition to that, as you can see here, it will also recommend how would I want to get the data, whether it is in a pie chart, whether it is in a line chart, whether it is in a bar chart, whether it is in a table. And of course, as I do so, I'll be asking for the data and in the way that I wanted, and it will show me that accordingly. Interestingly enough, as we continuously grow Pinky and add more and more and more capabilities, what I will be able to see is not only that, I'll be able to see, ask Pinky, how can you help me? And I would strongly recommend anyone that engages with Pinky and start querying it and prompting it, then ask it every time you go in, how can you help me? And then you'll be able to see all of the elements and items where Pinky can help you with. So whether it is sales and analytics and analyzing revenues and transactions and items sold and store performance, whether it is campaigns and our email campaigns and our promotions, whether it is coupons, whether it is merchandising, whether it is cashier behavior, and looking into our cashier's performance and who is allowing returns and who is allowing discounts. So really looking into all of those, and I can dive now into that data in greater detail. So if I wanted, for example, to show breakdown sales by category for 2026, show in a pie chart. Something that is important when you deal with any chatbot, whether it is one chatbot versus another, try to be very specific. Try to be, what is it you want to get, for what period of time you want to get it, how do you want the data to be presented and digested for you. So really diving into all of it, allowing you to see it, allowing to see that pie chart, and obviously go and look into it accordingly. If you wanted to compare stores' behavior from one month to another, just ask Pinky and Pinky will do it for you. And of course, if you wanted to ask it to rank the top selling items in my meat department or our coupons or anything, just ask Pinky, and we are extremely excited of its capabilities. So with
Ron, can I give you a for example? So could you say, tell me the department or departments that I'm down the most in over the last 4 weeks, and Pinky, could you make me a campaign to stimulate sales in that department? Could you do something like that?
So the first one you can do today, 100%. The second one is that it will recommend, I can ask it today to recommend of the items that I should sell in order to change the curve and the trend. Asking Pinky to create the promotion itself will be later in the year, and that's really become an agentic tool that will create those promotions. So today, Pinky will analyze that, will provide you the data. We can also ask it to recommend of items to be sold for coming Easter, and it will look into everything that I sold in previous years, and we'll look into and take into account weather or any other elements that may impact my store based on where I am, and it will recommend it. Second iteration of it will be to actually create the promotion.
Yeah, but even just what you have now is such a huge time saver. Like, you don't have to go back and look at things and figure out what to do. Like, it will kind of get that framework going for you, which is a huge time saver.
Not only that, if I will ask it, for example, rank, and this is of course a demo account, so the data will be maybe slightly different, rank coupons based on click redemption and sales for 2026. So it will give me, and I didn't tell it to provide it with a table, but it's smart enough in order to know that it should be in a table. So I'll be able to see that. And then, speaking of saving time, it will offer me the ability to get that as a CSV file or a PDF.
Wow, very cool.
And that is just, boom, now I have the data at my fingertip in order to get it right there and then. And that's obviously a demo, so bear with me on the result. And that's test. To see it. And that's the beauty of just get it as a CSV file. You can then utilize it in ways that are required. So Ask Pink is something that we are extremely excited about, something that our grocers that have started playing with it and working with it have given us feedback that is that it had saved them significant amount of time. Sarah, as you mentioned, think about what does it take today for you to look for the data and search for the data to compare your same store sales with last month, last quarter, last year.
Yeah.
And here,
or even worse, putting stuff on promotion that doesn't move the needle, right? So let's make better decisions through data.
Exactly. Or if I wanted to ask what are the top selling UPCs in my meat department, and then copy one of these UPCs and ask Pinky what other items are in the basket when this item is sold.
Right.
Things that we see grocers utilizing day in and day out. So Ask Pinky is one way to really make your data actionable and find that gold in your data. The second one is to engage your shoppers offsite, not only in the email and text and push and the kiosk and the website and others, but bringing them and meeting them where they at. So the AppCard, at AppCard, we constantly listen, and many of you may not know, but Yair, who is our co-founder and CEO, invented retargeting remarketing online. Prior to establishing AppCard some 15 years ago, that's what he's done. He sold his company to ValueClick, and we've said, let's do it for the brick and mortars. Now that the market is ready and ripe for the retail media, now we are here and doing it the right way. So whether it is to send banners, or whether it is to send coupons, or whether it is to send a circular and show it, that's what you can do at your fingertip from your AMS. And to show a great example for that, here I am on a website where I'm looking for recipes. This is Tasty Bites, and all of a sudden I see the circular that we have targeted shoppers with, and we make that circular clickable across any and every item at any and every page. So this is something that AppCard does, and then I can go in and I can choose this sandwich, and as I do that, it will allow me to add the item to the shopping list, and as I do so, it will take me to the circular page, added the item into the shopping list, and now instead of being on ESPN or being at Tasty Bites or being at CNN, I'll be taken straight into my favorite grocer's site in order to continue and build my shopping list. So the ability to target these shoppers, whether it is for existing shoppers or whether it is all shoppers, and when all shoppers are concerned, I can target them based on their zip code or distance from the store or anything like that in order to ensure that we target only those that are extremely, extremely relevant for our business. So looking into retail media and tying that into our grocers day in and day out in not only driving repeat purchase and retaining our shoppers, but even potentially some doing acquisition of shoppers as well by tying it all together, right? We talked about reducing advertisement cost, capturing that zip code in the lane. Now that we have the zip code and we know where our shoppers are coming from, we also know where they are not coming from or not coming from enough, and hence the ability to do so. So looking into all of that, one of the things that we are proudly have evaluated was really the ability to save time, and what a great example for that is with the national digital ad for us to fully automate it to the stores and making sure that you don't need to go to the website and download it and build it in the point of sale and then take all of the reports and take the T-log and provide the T-log and send it, so on and so forth. We automated it for our stores, working with Pilar and working with Anne and working with Sarah and the great and Ashley and the great team at IGA in order to save you time. And with that, Sarah, I think we may want to open it to some questions.
Absolutely, yeah, you guys can drop your questions in the chat box there if you like. But a couple of things I just wanted to recap. So AppCard has a really great user interface, so you want to make that shopper journey very easy. So with that app that integrates with everybody, whether it's digital circular or an e-commerce solution, that makes the shopper journey very easy with that single sign-on. So the shopper only has to sign on once. They don't have to get onto your e-commerce site and re-sign in. That's just a pain. The other thing, we have some shoppers that don't necessarily want to sign up for an account, or some older clients that don't want to sign up for an account, don't want to use digital coupons. That ShopToCook kiosk is a really great alternative for those shoppers. And then knowing your shoppers. So shoppers nowadays, they expect that personalization. When I go in to order groceries, like butter that I always order better be at the top there. I don't want to have to search through all the different kinds of butter. When I search for butter, the one I always buy is at the top because of that personalization, and they know what I buy. So that's becoming just increasingly important and a expectation of your shopper. And then the huge time savings with that Pinky, I mean, that is just, that's a no-brainer. Like, it's just so easy to have it show you where sales are, put prompts in, ask questions, and have it make some recommendations on what your marketing plans should be with your loyalty program. So we'll open it up to any questions. If you do not have any questions, but you think of something later, you can certainly shoot me an email, srivers@iga.com, or to Iran directly if you have his email. Other than that, I don't see any questions at the moment, so we can end now.
Yep, and just to make sure as well, the compliance and requirements landscape is changing, and we see more and more states looking into ways to combat possible discrimination with digital, whether if it's an app-centric solution or if it requires you to discriminate those that are not doing it. And that's where the combination of the NTR that speaks to 100% of the shoppers and the kiosk and the ability to, as you stated, Sarah, to cater for the more savvy shoppers and more experienced one, and having the printer over there that will print the available coupons for them. So it now acts like a shopping list, if you will, or if they wanted to search for a recipe, right? So there's 6,500 recipes right there and then on the kiosk. They can do that, they can print it, and then they will increase their sales. This is where we've seen the $1,800 increase in sales on a quarter per location from that kiosk. So appreciate the summary.
That's a great point. And I know California and Illinois are two states that are down the road quite far on that regulation. But I'm sure, you know, as those states and more states start implementing that, you know, more and more states will come on board with that. So, all right. Well, thank you for your time, Eran. We certainly appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Everybody go out and make it a great day.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.